But what do we know? Let's bring it back. What do we know? What does it say about Philadelphia, San Francisco, Detroit, anybody else you want to throw in there? When you say the top team in the NFC is blank, you now say
it's Eagles.
Philadelphia, there's no question.
It's Eagles.
And NFC, how about the league?
Look, I'm one of the people who defers to champions.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it to Kansas City because they are the champions. But I don't think there is this distinction right now between the way the teams are playing that people are trying to make it seem. I think the Eagles are right neck and neck with Kansas City Chiefs. And obviously, Patrick Mahomes is it makes things very different. But I think in terms of the team and how they're playing, I think they're right on par with them. And I think they're right on par with the 49ers. I'm not going to sit here and say the 49ers are a bad team. I know they're not. But the way that people were acting like there was just this separation, I didn't agree with. And I was waiting for them power rankings to come out, Holley, because I was looking because they dropped PFT, our very own, dropped the Eagles to 5 after one loss.
Chris
They dropped
Sims
to
sitting
5th.
right here. Or right there.
The Dolphins went ahead of them. The Lions went to number 1. The Eagles have not been number 1 all season, I don't believe. But the Eagles haven't. But the Detroit Lions went to number 1. It was just egregious. And all these power rankings I was looking at, I was like, let me see them power rankings. Today, they're second. They're second today.
Okay. Well, it's funny, like college football. The Lions dropped all the way from the top 3 to number 8 after getting beat down and 2 spots behind the Ravens, who crushed them. So they got the Chiefs at 1, your Eagles at 2. That's respect. Now, Jaguars at 3. I'm going to take some issues with that. Jaguars at 3. I mean, I'm not buying that. But I will say with San Francisco, now, coming off 2 losses to Cleveland and Minnesota.
Yeah.
And finally a game, because Brock Purdy against Cleveland was good. He was good. Brock Purdy against the Vikings was a problem. That was a problem because I felt like even when they missed a field goal. By the way, can I just go back? I got ahead of myself. I'm going to say this final point, then we'll talk some basketball with Kurt Heelan coming up in a couple minutes. Shame on you, Kevin O'Connell. I like you, but shame on you. You're playing. He's playing. They're up by 5, Natalie. They got the ball. They have forced San Francisco to use all of his timeouts.
Yeah.
You got the ball. You're playing for a 51-yard field goal. I understand it's indoors. You're playing for a 51-yard field goal. What is wrong with you?
I mean, he can make it.
Now,
it's in his range.
He missed it.
He did.
He missed. I know he made a 54-yarder earlier. He misses a 50. Don't play for a 51-yarder as if that's the goal. Go for it. You're Minnesota. You're under 500. You're playing San Francisco. Go for them. Take that Liv Moods mentality. I'm coming for your neck. I'm coming for your neck.
It was conservative.
It was very conservative. They missed it. So when they missed it, I said, okay,
I
know what's going to happen. I said they're going to come down and they're going to score. And so when he threw that interception, okay, that's a problem. I want to see what Brock Purdy does with this offense against Cincinnati, coming off 2 losses. So good opponent. You haven't had
elite quarterback.
You haven't really felt it. I mean, imagine San Francisco. When's the last time San Francisco in back-to-back games scored 17 points?
But it's been since 2022 since they've even lost 2 in a row.
So 17 points in back-to-back games to teams that aren't very good. I know Cleveland is better than I'm saying. Cleveland is a good team, but they didn't have Deshaun Watson that day. So I want to see how Purdy responds to this adversity.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't respond, it doesn't mean he's a fraud. It means maybe they don't have that quarterback situation as sealed up and as airtight as we've all thought coming into the 2023 season.
I just think that they have to put him in positions to succeed, like I said, and maybe he will over time become better. Like he's played very well for them. He has a lot of weapons around him, and like I said, I actually don't think it's a bad thing to be a game manager. But again, I'm going to just bring it back to the Eagles and Jalen really quickly. He's been making a lot of he's had a lot of turnovers.
Yes.
But something about Jalen, and to me, this is the difference in where you have a difference maker, a playmaker. It's honestly the most bizarre thing, but almost every time after if it's an interception or a fumble or something, the next drive he comes back and just basically takes them down the field and he makes something happen. He did it in the Super Bowl. They didn't ultimately end up winning, but he's done it in every game this season. He doesn't let that linger, and then he comes out and he makes plays. He almost like makes up for it. I wish he just didn't commit the first mistake, but he makes up for it. That's what Brock Purdy needs to be. He threw an interception and then came back and threw another one. So to me, that's like the difference.
All right, listen, San Francisco loses 2 games in a row. We'll see what happens when they take on Cincinnati. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.